Okay, so we've had a bit of a move around. It's actually a day or two later because I've been a bit busy doing stuff. But we've got the driveway clear. So let's take you around the new purchase. So as I said, it's a 1993 Volkswagen LT31 Karmann distance wide. So let's show you what we got. It's a bit of a beast. You see from my VW Bus Bits channel, we built a Volkswagen LT35 Mark II, so the newer one on a 2002 plate. We built that out as a motorhome, but we've sort of been hankering after one of these. And I've got to admit, a friend of mine imported one from Germany last summer of 2021, and I did get a bit of van envy. So here we go. So on the face of it, it looks all right, doesn't it? But yeah, it is. Needs completely rebuilding, as I said before, but we'll take you around and show you what's what. So you can see from the cab area, you know, all the original Volkswagen metalwork stuff is all in really, really good shape. It has had a new replacement windscreen. There was a little bit of rust to deal with before I bought it, which has all been done, which is a bonus because that's where they always rust around there. So that's a major job that I don't have to contend with. But the cab area itself is structurally sorted. I've got no problems around there at all. I think the only little bit I've got on the cab is just down behind the rear wheel arch here, that seam. It looks like someone's probably done a little repair there before because the paint is ever so slightly a different colour just in that area. So we'll have to attend to that. But other than that, the rest of the cab is pretty mint. That's all the original graphics on there. So tyres are all good, wheels are good, brakes are all good. It's still MOT until tomorrow. So it's the 21st of December today. The MOT runs out the 22nd of December. I am going to put it back in for its MOT before I reframe it. That's like the idea of it still being all okay. And then if it needs anything, I can take care of that before we actually take it off the road. And again, this side is pretty immaculate. Dirty, but pretty immaculate. Excuse me. Things like the mirrors. The original mirrors are all good. These little add-ons need replacement, but obviously that's nothing to worry about. So there we go. So I'm showing you the good bits first. I'm being tactical. Right, let's open the door. So we have electric windows. A great option on one of these vans. So the actual interior, again, is really tidy. The seats have gone threadbare. I'll show you. So I've got one waterproof cover here, then another seat cover, and then the original seat fabric. But it's just worn through over the years. The seats themselves are still in good order, but we should be redoing that. The driver's seat is the same. And then somebody has added this little seat on the engine lid to make it 3 up the front. Great idea, not particularly well executed. You know, we've got sort of big washers and cut off bolts, and so we'll maybe look to improve that. I say practical, but I think we can come up with something better. Maybe a folding seat, have a Renault Grand Scenic, something like that would be better. But yeah, all the dash, this is just a screen cover. That's all in good order. It's really tidy, really clean. Down on the windscreen area, apart from a bit of staining, is all really clean all the way along. It's on 140 something thousand kilometres, which is about 88,000 miles. At the moment, those 3 gauges, the clock, the volts, and I think the oil, they're not working. Everything else seems to be though. Let me just jump up. Yeah, everything else seems to be working. Fogs, hazards, no idea what that is. See something what someone's put in. This is for the steps. There's a little slide out step for the side door, and when that's out, that illuminates. This is for the passenger side electric window. All the heaters and everything work. And on the actual main dash itself, rev counter all works. Temp gauge, fuel all working. And you've got the lights up and down on the main beam. And that's like a cold start for the diesel engine. So this is the 2.4 turbo diesel engine, the ACL, I believe, the later engine, 5-cylinder. Should have an intercooler, but I'm not taking anything off to look at the engine yet to see what's what, but it certainly drove like it was intercooled. So yeah, the actual flooring, again, dirty but all in good condition. And same with all the headliner. That's all the original Karmann. And again, all in focus, all in good condition. There we go. So not much to see at the front here. So let's jump out. As you can see there, steps, arches. Again, on a clean, but immaculate. So there we go. Still got the original tags on, the barcode even. Dead spider. Excuse me. So I can just come open when I close that. We'll take you around this side. And then we can see the Karmann tag. Get you in there, look. So it's the LTH, which is the conversion style. And 0393. So that's normally month and year. So March, is that a 3? Let's get in on it. Yeah, 0393 1427. So the 1427, that's the production run, should be. There's a bit of confusion over that number, and depends on the model, depends on the number apparently, but yeah, that should be of approximately 3,000 made, 1,427. And this here is a little flip up screen for the reversing camera. So that needs to be stuck back down again, and then it sort of goes zoop, zoop when you put it in reverse. Quality bit of kit, got reversing sensors as well. There you go, the Isri seats, both captain's chairs with the armrest. And again, all around the front step, brilliant. So on the outside, let's have a look. So this is essentially a shed, not metaphorically, but literally on wheels. This is timber framed. Well, that's just what opened, look, the back door. There's a hinge broken on it. So this is a timber frame, almost like a studwork wall, that's lined on the inside with the interior furniture board, which is approximately 3 mil thick. It's then insulated between all the timber frame battens, originally with polystyrene. And then it's clad in these aluminium sheets, and these are all sections, so they all slot together. So there'll be a join somewhere along here, and basically this middle sheet slots down into that one, and that sheet slots down into that one, and that sheet slots down into that one. And they're only, so that the timber frames themselves are only stapled together, believe it or not. The inner furniture board is then glued onto that. The polystyrene is the infill between all the timber battens. And then these aluminium sheets all the way along the seams are stapled to the timber framework. And then when you put on all the windows and these doors and everything, they have fittings on the inside, and it sort of ties everything together. But the interior, so all the furniture on the inside that also forms part of the structure. So all this timber framework that's underneath all this aluminium, that is screwed through into all the interior furniture, and that's what keeps everything solid. As I said before, I've reframed the Volkswagen Type 25 T3 Vanagon, whatever you want to call it, Karmann Cheetah completely, which is what I'll be doing to this. And I've also done a couple of gypsies. I've done a Jurgen's Auto Villa based on a Type 2 bay window. So I've done a few before, so there's nothing that scares me really. But anyway, what have we got along the side here? So this first door, I've not got the keys on me typically, but this first door here is a gas locker. So they came with originally the German gas bowls, which are refillable, but we can't use those bowls here in the UK, so we'll do something new with that. I might have that as a storage cupboard and put in an underslung if there's room. We will see. Next to that is the toilet door. Again, it's locked, so I won't open it, and that's to slide the toilet cassette out to empty out the toilet. We go along here. This is the Truma vent for the hot water heater that's in there. It's got the wind cover on at the moment. And then this is a storage door. As you can see, there's the rivets come out of the hinge. That gives you access into all of this space, all underneath all the seats and all there. So while I'm here, I'm just going around the corner. We've got a diesel heater, a planar heater, and then the water heater is next to that. So that was fitted by one of the previous owners, the guy who actually imported it from France. He runs a company, I think it's either planarheaters.co.uk, and he installed it. So we need to get all that working again. But anyway, let's try and close that up so it looks. There you go. So that just gives you access all the way through underneath the seats. This rear panel here, that's not original. Someone's obviously been in the back end here. It's the same on both sides. I suggest to probably do some repair to the timber frame, and they've put that on to improve the structure. Luckily, from what I can see, the original panels go underneath that, so we've not lost any of the original panels. But this is a problem. You can see here, this is the corner trim, and all that's got is a rubber seal underneath it, and it comes away. Water gets between that and the aluminium, gets inside and starts rotting the wood, and that's basically what's happened. And these corner profiles run all the way around the edges like a caravan, and that's where you get your problems, particularly here in the UK where it's wet a lot of the year, and if it's not undercover properly, this is the result. And it's not particular to this model. It's all motorhomes that are based or built like this suffer from exactly the same problem. And you've got to think this is coming up for 30 years old. So, yep. Even a really, 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 really tidy, good-looking one of these or similar motorhome will inevitably have some damp rot issues inside. It's just the nature of how they are. So, which is why I'm quite happy to buy one that needs all this work doing. But anyway, so we go to the back end. Nice big window in the back. That's the rear seating area and the main bedroom. So it comes with the built-in bike rack. We can use it for storage. I've got a quality tow bar fitted on this. Again, the previous owner used to tow his boats all over the UK and all through Europe. So yeah, a really, really good tow bar's been fitted on there. Really strong. I've been underneath that. It's solid. And then you've got a folding ladder which comes down to give you access to the roof. I'm not going to do that because I'll probably pull the back end of the van off. And I ain't joking, it's that bad. So we'll come to this side, and again, you know, people over the years been making attempts to waterproof it, and yeah, once it's in, unfortunately it's in. So all that corner will be again coming off. We'll go back to the original. So what have we got here? So diesel, that's where you put your fuel tank's at the rear there, so that's where we're going to put it. And then you'll see this little aluminium trim running along here would be for like the skirts, the draft excluder skirt, when you got the awning out. And this would have been fitted probably around the time of manufacture. The Omnister awning, I've had that out, works a treat. Really good condition once they're clean, but in really, really good order. The awning light on the side there, that all works, no problem at all. Again, the windows are all in good order apart from one. All the blinds and everything on the inside want rewinding and a good clean. The one with the cap missing, that's the water fill for the water container, the onboard water tank. That's our main door to get in and out. So it's a stable door. Then we go along here, we've got the kitchen window, the fridge vents, those two big ones there, and then that's the 240 hookup socket for when you're on mains power. The front end of the van, some more tape, some more signs. See the little strip coming up there? More signs that someone's been in there to do some work. And that's the broken window. That's covered a bit of ply with some plastic on it. So we're going to have to try and do something with that. So it wants a proper good clean, but that'll be all part of the process once I reframe it all. So mine come from the factory without the front window above the cab. So you'll see some with windows over here. The later ones had 2 single windows. I'm pleased it doesn't have a window because all they do is leak. So it's another point of entry for the water, unfortunately. Excuse me. So I'm happy that one doesn't have one. So yeah, this is going to go down the workshop, and we're basically going to start one side at a time. I'll probably start with this side. It's the more complex side with the doors and everything else. So and we're just going to essentially take one wall off. Excuse me. Well, we'll start by taking out the windows, taking off all the aluminium sheeting, see what's left of the framework, and I'll show you on the inside in a minute. There's not going to be much of it left. You'll be amazed. And then I rebuild on top of the old to get an exact match. Then we take the new one off, take out all the old wall, and then once I've fitted the furniture board to the new wall, that then goes back in its place and we start building that. But that'll become a lot clearer when we start the process. So let's take you in, or before I take you in, it's hard to see, but on the roof, if you can have a look, there's a couple of skylights and I think 2 or 3 solar panels up there as well. So for the inside, so just turn them open and lock him back. We've got a little step here that pulls out. Oh, that's my plastic trim. Like so. That takes us into the van. And on first glance, it'll probably look all right. Let's have a look. So this is all the original flooring. And we'll take you into the back here. So this is the rear seating area, which is pretty huge. And that all folds down with the table. I've just put it out of the way at the moment. Table sits in the middle. That then goes up for the table, folds down for the bed, and then that cushion and that cushion go down in the middle here and make the bed up. So just got a little shoe cupboard here. There you go, little shoe cupboard. I'll say underneath the seats is storage everywhere. You'll see a couple of vents over here, and that's for the water heater and for the diesel heater, and they all live underneath. If I just sort of get in there, I lift the cushion up. So there's the water heater and the diesel heater. All once checking over, and all the wiring, all that, all taken care of and sorting out. The water heater is actually quite a new replacement as well, as is the diesel heater, only being a few years old. We'll just push the cushions back out the way. So as you can see, the 3 windows, all with integral blinds and fly sheets. So all want a good clean, scrub down and a rewind. And then it's storage all up around. Like I say, this is what forms part of the structure of the vehicle. So all the interior is actually in really good condition, apart from all needing a clean. All the way around there. You know, even comes with a little telly, but that we go in. But it's when well, we'll keep going with the stuff that looks still all right on camera, hopefully. So we've got the control panel here. You'll be able to see all the moisture now, look. See all that? So that turns on all your leisure battery stuff. And water pumps and all that. And then we come to the kitchen area. If I just walk backwards. So we've got light switch, power sockets. The fridge under here, 3-way fridge. Which is in, if I can open it with one hand. So again, once it's clean. But it's all in pretty good order, to be honest with you. Then you've got a storage cupboard next to that. So we've got a drawer above. Cutlery or whatever the case may be. Storage underneath. All in there. That's your fuse box for the 240. Strange place to put it. Then on the worktops here, they lift up. So this one here opens up, latches over there. It's for our sink. And then this one here lifts up. And we've got a 2-ring burner there. Not tested any of these yet. But it's nice, still got the original stickers or what's left of them. So you can see there, so kitchen window, all the windows are all openers. Well, they will be when they're all sorted. And then we've got storage above. So that's what it's like all the way around. Going around to the front. So you've got a double bed at the top there. That's the wind out handle for the awning. So that's pretty big. You can sleep 2 adults up there easy. It's about 2 meters across the side of the van, so you can sleep across the van. Then with the ladder obviously going up. And we've got the gas-fired heater, which is the original to these vans. More storage there. I'll show you that one in a minute. So I'll reveal what the van's like. And then this one here is the bathroom door. So if we go to the bathroom, you can see where it's discoloured the plastic. We've essentially got the toilet, you know, the window, some vanity units, light, sink for the shower head. I'd say all the vanity units below. Looks pretty disgusting, doesn't it? Shower tray. And then this is where the problems are. So if I turn the camera up now, we have a collapsing ceiling. This is being used up until the summer, believe it or not. And then we'll go in this cupboard here. And look at that. That's the wall. So there's bits of the framework. This is the polystyrene insulation. And that is the outer body. See that? There's some of the wood look. So that is what happens. I mean, that should be solid timber. It's literally the furniture is holding this van together. Oh my word. You get it around the side door. It was looking good up until this part, wasn't it? Look at the state of that. Again, these are all inch thick timbers. Or they were. Mad, isn't it? This was 3mm plyboard. Crazy, isn't it? And it's like that all the way around the sides of the van, all the roof. Yeah. I know when I bought it from the guy I bought it from, I mean, he knew it needed a reframe. But he said to me that when I get it to my barn, I might want to leave the windows open to air it out a bit. So I think that's a bit of an understatement. So there we go. But when it's done, it's going to be awesome. Like my cheetah was, like the gypsies are. It's basically just a big cheetah or a big gypsy. But it will live again. I've given myself a target for Easter because we want to go away in it again then. So yeah, we've got a few months to get the old girl back up and running. So this is going to be quite a heavy feature on this channel. As well as everything else. So as well as me Jag XK8, the XF, my T5, the Type 25. So lots to do. So let's take you back outside. And we'll step back a bit. So like I say, from the outside, it looks, apart from the tape, looks pretty good, doesn't it? So yeah, I'll let you know. So hopefully you can get in for its MOT after Christmas now. We'll MOT it, and then which seems a bit backward really, but it's just what I prefer to do. So we can stick an MOT on it, and then it'll be coming down the barn, and we'll be making a start on it. A few jobs to do before then, but yeah, that's the next big build we'll have going on in the workshop. So there we are. You'll notice when my red van is just there. The white Remo, that was sold. That was picked up on Saturday, just gone. So whatever date that was, I don't know, the 18th or something. That was collected. A local man, or local-ish, he's in Lymington. And seemed to like the van. I say he bid away on it on eBay, and he's driven it away. So that's freed up some space as well, which is quite nice. So there we go, everybody. That's where we are with all of our vehicles. So there we are. That's the update. What do you think? Please leave your comments below. It is rotten, isn't it? I did tell you it is bad. Some of you might not even know how these are constructed, so you might be keen to follow along to see how we get on and do the build. It's not massively difficult. It's labour intensive. I know when I did the cheetah, I kept a record of that, and it was approximately 150 hours for the reframe. So about 4 weeks work, something like that. And that's sort of solid working on it. I mean, I was doing it in between other jobs, but yeah, it is a month or so of solid work to do all the reframe and, you know, build it all back up to how you want it to be, because you've got to allow now for gluing time and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed the tour round and showed you what it's like. I mean, I've been through YouTube. There's hardly any information on there on YouTube about these, particularly in English language. So I thought it might be quite a good series to run on the channel and hopefully generate a bit of interest and get people involved in the build. So as ever, any questions, comments or anything, please leave them below. I always answer them, so I really look forward to them, good or bad. Unless you're sending questions like, your audio's rubbish, get a microphone. I had one of them on my last one. I know, I'm not a filmmaker, as you all appreciate. I'm just a guy in my barn doing it as a bit of fun. I'd like to get some better tech. Let's see what Father Christmas brings me, shall we? Particularly for that chap who sent the message, I'll do my best to get a microphone, and it will improve it, I'm sure it will do. But we'll see how we go. So there we go. That's probably the last video I'll do before Christmas. So yeah, if I don't do another one, Merry Christmas to everybody. It's been a great year. We've been going for just over a year now on this particular channel. October 2021 I started it. And like I say, I'm just sort of put the two channels together for those that are keeping up with what I'm doing. So the Campervan channel and the Jaguar channel into this one platform. So yeah, this is how we're going to proceed in the future. So I hope all those that have been following me on the Jag stick along and have got an interest in anything mechanical, because there's going to be plenty more Jag stuff coming in the future as well. But for now, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if we don't speak before. Take care, and let's look forward to a really happy and prosperous 2023 together. All the best, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, Simon here from Projects in the Barn. Just an update video showing you what's new and what's going on. You recall in my last update video I did last week that the white Type 25 Remo camper potentially is sold. Well, it finished. I put it through eBay UK and it sold. It met its reserve price. I've had contact from the buyers, so hopefully the next day or two that will be going. But we've already bought a replacement for it, which is what I sold my last big LT for, and that's behind the camera in front of me. So I'll spin you around and show you what we got. It's a bit of a sneak preview. I'm moving some cars around, so I'm going to show it to you now. Ta-da! And it's a 1993 Volkswagen LT31 Karmann distance wide. You can probably hear my red van running in the background. I'm about to move it. Before I do, I just thought I'd get this shot in. Look at that. Awesome. And I got my T5 back. I'll show you that in a minute. But this is the new project. It needs a complete restoration on the rear body. The van's mechanically sorted. It's solid. Underneath there's a rock, the chassis and all that sort of stuff. But the rear actual camper van part is pretty rotten. So this is going to be a complete reframe on the van. But it's totally original. Not been done before, so I know what I'm starting with. I've done a few before on the Type 25 platform. I've reframed a Type 25 Karmann Cheetah, and I've also dabbled with a couple of Type 25 Gypsies as well, so I know the structure. So that's it. So I just thought I'd show it to you before I move the red one on. So once I've got the red one gone, I'm doing some stuff down the barn. We're moving it, tidying it all out, getting it ready for all my new projects, and then we'll come back up and do a bit of a walk around on the distance wide. So we'll move the red one and we'll come back up and do the distance wide in a moment. So I'll see you then.